that we're live. Perfect. I see myself. So I think we're fine. I'm just double checking. I am making sure. Yeah, I see myself and I'm live. So that's good. So I'm just trying to organize myself here so I can see myself and I can see you guys. Perfect. I'm trying to make sure that I see the chat too. Okay, perfect. I see you guys. So I'm happy. I know that I'm live and I'm doing okay. So I'm trying to work as, we talk and we, wait until everybody shows up. Hello, how are you? So welcome. Let's just clean up a bit here before you guys see the mess on the table. So, and water, let's move it out of the way. Clean up and we start talking about it. So hi, how are you guys? I see quite a few of you guys here already, which is great. So my name is Nathalie D'Souza. In case you guys don't know who I am, I'm part of the video education team for Pinkfresh Studio, and I, along with Kathleen, come every week now to show you a little bit of what you can create with the Pinkfresh Studio products on a Scrapbook Layouts or any other project besides cards. That's what Leah and Heather take care of. And as always, we love to see a lot of you. I see quite a few of my friends. Hello, Melissa, Bo, Elizabeth, Kim, Claire, Diane. You know that in a little bit, I won't be able to see your comments because I'm going to flip the camera. But I'm glad you guys are here. As always, let us know where you're coming from. I'm coming right now from Toronto, Canada. It is nice and sunny. It is not cold, which is great because today is finally, we had snow on the weekend. I think we're going to get more this weekend. So it's always touch and go here. But I'm glad you guys are here. Today, we're going to work on a fun project. And I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about it. Well, like I said, I am working with it too. At the same time, we're going to wait until, oh, there we go. I think it's Heather who is behind the camera today. Not behind the camera, behind Pinkfresh Studio. I am hoping it's Heather. I am not so sure, but like you see, I'm working on stuff while I'm talking to you, and I'm just gonna give it a few more, seconds before everybody can see us. Remember, whenever you share this or you actually, comment throughout the live, at the end of the live, Heather will be. Is it Heather? Yes, it's Heather. Somebody will be picking a winner for $15 gift certificate to the shop that you can use to buy anything. And you saw the latest release is beautiful. We'll wait to see what's coming up. I can tell you that it's very pretty, that's all I'm going to say because we got a sneak and we actually going to get to work. I'm going to get to work with it. It's very pretty. So you want to, try to get some money for that. So like I said, today we are going to just, do a little bit of housekeeping before we turn on the camera. So I've talked to you about, make sure you comment. You see me die cutting stuff right now. At the same time, remember, to subscribe to the channel because there's always lots of content being added. Give us a thumbs up, Remember, be nice, just because it's always nice to see, to get more information of what is happening with the channel. So the more you guys, like our projects and our, live sessions, then we get more viewership and we can continue doing this. So I'm going to set this aside for now. I'm going to just toss it for now. And then I'm going to flip the camera because there's quite a bit to talk about what we're going to work today. We are working with the Flower Market collection. So we're going to flip it. I'm going to tell you where the inspiration comes from and why I'm creating this. So give me 1 second. Remember, it takes one button for me. Oh, and I turn off the camera. Not a good thing. There you go. I got it. There you go. So remember, what you guys see, there's a little delay from what I'm shooting. So you're going to see, I have some of the Flower Market collection here. I have a few more, I have the papers here on the side. That's what I said. You're going to see a little bit of a mess because I have used quite a bit of the papers, doing lives, doing projects, but also teaching. So we're going to see, I have my stuff here. And one of the things, the inspiration for this, I'm just moving stuff so I can show you, is this paper. Because, there's 5 people in my house, plus the dog. Out of the 6 that we live here, we all wear glasses, not the dog. We all wear glasses. And it happens that in the past, maybe 2 months or a month or a few weeks, my daughter and I got new glasses and my husband got a new prescription. So we pretty much were like, dealing with glasses. So this was part of the inspiration for this layout. These are the pictures. These are my daughter's 2 sets of glasses. They look similar. They're not. She got 2 sets. We tend to buy everything in, when it comes to glasses, we tend to buy them in 2 because you never know. Okay, so I have this here. I have my ephemera, my floral ephemera. I'm going to move it to the side. So remember, like I said, this one is kind of the inspiration because I love this paper. And I think I talked about it before, the fact that it was going to be well used. It's because, again, me too. I got glasses. My daughter got glasses. My husband, we all wear glasses. So what I have pulled ahead of time, it's here. And what you saw me working while I was like, yapping away. I haven't cut all the papers, but I have some here. So what I have done, this is, let me just pull the entire set so you guys see. This one here is the mini slimline essential bundle, and it actually has like some rectangular frames and also some circle dies. So I have used this one here, where it has like a little stitch design, and the inner, you're gonna see the washi tape on the back, to create a few circles and frames. So what I did is I cut some of the pattern paper, and I also cut white cardstock. So I have back, whenever I cut the pattern paper, I backed it with some cardstock. So I cut 5 of them. I might need more, I don't know, but 5 is all I'm going to use this way. And I've already cut 4. I cut 5 already. I have cut 5 of this. So pretty much like a selection of the colors. I'm trying not to get into the yellow that much because I want to bring it as an accent. The yellow in this collection is quite bright, which is beautiful. But I don't want to, I find that with the colors, are very pastel, is going to pop a lot. So I'm actually going to keep it, away from this. So I have 5 circles. I might need a few more. So for the circles, I used the die. Where did I put it? I just used the die. That's what you saw me doing while I was, yapping away at the beginning. And for these little frames, I use the larger die with the inner circle so that I create the frames. So I have that. I'm going to put the circles. I have kept the negative pieces in here. It's always good. I'm going to put my pictures in there, and we're going to work with this right now. So let me put this away, because if you have never been to my live sessions, my table tends to become a twilight zone and things magically disappear. It happens, starting with a picture and a lot of things. So I'm going to move this. I have my little frames here. So I thought about an idea. Again, the idea here comes from the glasses. So when I thought glasses, I thought circles, and I need to give it some sort of lens. So let me set this aside. And here's where the other die that I'm using today is going to come into play. This is the elongated lattice. I think it's a cover die. I think it is a cover die. I'm not a card maker. I enjoy doing cards, but I'm not a full-time card maker. So I cut 3 panels, and all the white cardstock that I use is hammer milled 100-pound color cover cardstock. Did I say it right? Heather, you can help me with that. So I've cut my panels, and I'm actually going to back my frames with this. Okay. So I'm going to create my lenses with this panel. And I hope I cut enough. I created 4. You're going to see that they're not because I knew what I was going to do. So like I said, remember, I'm creating my lenses. I'm going to back my circles with the panel. So I have my glue here, and let's go at it. So everything that I'm using, by the way, it's in the, let me just put this away again. I don't want to lose anything. Everything that I'm using is in the supply list that is in the comment section of this video. So we always make sure that everything is available in the shop for, you guys can easily find them and, purchase it if you want to, so you can create something similar. So all I'm doing is just adding glue to the back of my frames. And I'm going to attach it to this here. There's really no rhyme or reason. I just know that I want different details on my, So this is gonna take a little bit of pressure. I'm gonna put it there. So I'm gonna set them there. I press with my hand. Okay. Press with my hand and then cut. I'm gonna let it dry for now. I'm gonna continue working on this and then I'm gonna do one single cut. So all I'm doing is, adding glue here. So while I do that, we're gonna chat a little bit. What are you guys doing? Okay, here next week is March break for, the schools. I know that I saw Cheryl's here. Oh, hi, Diane. I see some of my friends here. So I know Cheryl is here in Canada too. I don't know if she has little ones, but next week is March break up here. That means that all the parents who happen to have children at school will be pulling their hairs next week because the kids are home for the entire week. I know because my kids used to do that way long time ago. Now they do, their own thing. So it means that at the same time, that means that we are moving our time forward, which means we're going to lose an hour of time this Sunday, an hour of sleep. Well, my kids call it the worst day of the year because they love to sleep. So, that's what's happening here. But the weather's getting better. So you see, I'm just gluing it. I'm applying some pressure to make sure it stays in place. Okay, so I'm just doing that. I have to clean this up because it's really driving me insane seeing the glue drops there. But for now, it will do. I'm just setting it aside to dry and then I'm going to trim it. So that's what's going on here. But I am very happy because today, after I finish with you guys, it's good light. I'm going to take the pictures of the project and then I am going to toss a lasagna in the oven and I am off to downtown Toronto because we're going to go watch Hamilton with my daughter. It came, Hamilton was supposed to be here. Well, it was here in the time of COVID when we went into, what's his name? Quarantine. So that means we couldn't go out or anything. Everything closed here in Toronto. And one of the things that closed was the theater. And I love theater, musical theater. I love musical theater, love musical theater. So it was something that we wanted to watch. And then we are actually, I'm going to clean this up while I chat with you. So then, when it got rescheduled, well, when we came back out of the pandemic, out of the quarantine, it's like a tour, yeah? So we couldn't have a chance to go watch it. And one of the reasons why we got Disney Plus is because Hamilton was there. So, time passed, and a couple months ago, they talked about having a second tour coming to Toronto. And as a joke, I told my daughter, oh my God, we should go watch it. Well, next thing you know, she goes, oh, I just found tickets. We don't know where we're sitting. We just know that we only bought the tickets that were together. Everything else was sold out by the time we bought tickets. So I'm very happy because, like I said, my mom, my husband, and my son will be eating frozen pizza. Well, it'll be cooked by then. I will be sitting down, probably crying while I watch Hamilton. So that's what I'm looking forward to today. And like I said, I love musicals, love. So what I'm doing right now is the glue has dried. I'm just gonna cut ahead. I'm gonna cut the little frames that I back with the lattice. This is the elongated lattice, the cover plate that I'm, using on the back. And I just back the frames. I cut the frames out of pattern paper. And then I also cut the little frame out of cardstock and I glue them together to make them a little bit sturdier. Plus that creates a little bit of dimension, okay? So there we go. So I'm moving this up out of the way. So we're gonna keep going. I would love to sit down and read all your comments, but it's not that easy for me. First of all, because the computer or the laptop is a little bit far away from me. And remember, I wear glasses. So the letters are really tiny, one. And second one, if I start reading your comments, you guys know that we can chat away. And we're going to chat away because, you guys keep me entertained or I keep myself entertained while I do this. So there you go. I'm cutting my little circles. I'm not going to throw this away because I probably use it in another project. But this was kind of like the inspiration for this. Every time I thought circles, I thought glasses, and I have, like I said, lots of pictures of all my family with new glasses. I was like, oh, we're gonna work on that. So have you guys watched Hamilton? Any of you have watched Hamilton? I've watched it religiously on Disney Plus. I listen to the soundtrack pretty much every day. I might know all the lyrics by heart. Don't ask me to sing it or to rap them because you don't want to have like, an earache. But whenever I'm doing like editing of videos or anything, there's usually some Spanish music or some musical theater music that is on my ear. So love theater. So I have my little frames. You're gonna see they look cute. They look like dream catchers. Okay. So these ones here, we're going to combine with the ones that I cut here. So let's move it out of the way. You're gonna see. Again, I have 5 of this. We might need more of this. I don't know. And I have 5 of the other one. Okay, so I have everything in place here. Move it. Clean up the table because I don't want to have glue on my table. Sorry, I'm just like, want to make sure that nothing sticks to my paper. So what I'm going to use for the background today is actually white cardstock. And I'm using white because I want the colors to pop here. Because I have all these little details, and you're going to see, it is going to show because you have the frame of color. Okay, so let's set this aside. Let me get the trimmer to cut the branding bar. Sorry, guys, I forgot to put it handy, so I have to take like 2 steps to go get it. We're going to cut. I need to stretch this to make sure that I cut it at 12 inches. You saw Hamilton at the theater and you loved it. Oh my God, I know. I am dying. Like, you guys have no idea. Like I said, don't ask me to sing it, but I might know all the lyrics. I might just have been listening to it while I was like cutting stuff. And one of the things my daughter said to me is like, you are not allowed to sing at the theater. Don't you dare, because I'll never again take you out. It is not going to happen because I know my daughter knows the lyrics too. And I told her, but with the guy or the lady that's sitting next to me starts singing, I cannot control that. She goes, I don't care about the other people. Please don't sing, because it might happen that we might have seen a lot of musicals, and I might have sung or taken my kids to concerts and might have sang throughout the entire thing. And I don't have the greatest of voices, so they don't like that. But again, that's what you get with me, So here's my background ready. Okay. Here we're gonna go. We're gonna start building the background. So we're gonna create a nice background, and then we're gonna embellish after, okay? So I have my pictures. These pictures are 2.5 by 3.5. I wanted to use 2. You can go bigger if you want to, completely up to you. So you're gonna see that I've cut my papers here. I'm missing one. Oh, I have to cut one more. I'm thinking I have 5. Okay, so I cut, like I said, I did not cut anything that had yellow, but I went with the really soft peach. And this one here comes from the paper with the big wreath. That I remember. Let me just find it here. And I used the little corner piece here to cut this. It comes from there. Okay. And the B side of this, if I'm not mistaken, is this blue pattern. So I'm pretty much using the same pattern, A and B side for this. Okay. So I have this, I have this one, which is here. This one, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only one that's different. This one here, this is the B side of this. This one here is the B side, sorry. This one is the B side of this, but I have them. So I have a nice combination of the colors, nothing yellow. Okay. So I thought, let's build a background with this. So we're gonna play with the circles. Haven't worked this out yet. So okay, we're just gonna play with the location of this. So I have my pictures. I think I want them somewhere here. Doesn't have to be. You can do easily. That was other thought. You can go like literally create glasses, which is, like I said, is the inspiration for today. You can go this way if you want to. That will work fine. I don't want to give it a little bit of movement. Okay, but so let's go ahead. So let's see. I'm just playing with stuff. So it's not gonna sit there. If I like it, the way that, like, once it sits, this one I want to keep for the picture. Let's see. Should we, let's bring some of this blue and green, move it to something a little bit. So some of this might overlap a bit. I'm liking that. Okay, let's get back into no, this goes this way. I'm thinking, so we're gonna move this a bit here. So I'm just playing with the positioning of this. So some of this might overlap a bit, and I'm okay if some of this is sticking out of the page. This is as far as, like, the designing came. And then I was like, okay, we'll freelance it when we do live, because that's how we roll half the time. Okay, so I have to make sure where I'm going to put my pictures. So let's set them in place. I want to set them right here. So this one, I don't want it to be hidden. Okay, move a bit here. Okay, so let's go with something a little bit on the like this. Just trying to think, where can I move some color? So this one here, let's move this one over here. I just like the fact that you see, like, the cut apart, and you see the lines of color, like the little frames. So I'm just, these ones here are going to disappear because they're so light, but that's okay, because I can put them, like, right next to the pictures, will give me great place for embellishing. Kind of works as a neutral. I'm putting the more neutral ones towards the center where my pictures are going to sit. Now that, like, this is working. So I'm going to kind of probably move this down. Let me give it some blue here to break this one apart. My pictures are going to see, remember, kind of like a zigzagging. I always have the zigzag motion in mind. I like this here, like this. So my title can sit here. I might move this one a bit here, move that a bit there, and I just might add a piece of it right there. So how is that? I think that's good. So you see what it looks like? There we go. Think of it like it's a little bit of a zigzag. So it's kind of, see how I set it up? It's a little bit of movement that way. Okay, so I'm going to take my pictures here carefully, and we're going to attach this. Now, you can go ahead and, like, lay them flat, just glue them straight onto the page. I am going to add a little bit of foam adhesive behind it, because it is going to help me make it a little bit of the dimensional side. And you guys know that I love dimension. So don't mind me when you start hearing some rustling, is because I'm pulling, foam adhesive. I have quite a bit. I went to get some from the room too, because I was like, let me see what I have. So I'm just trying to find little strip for my little circles. And you're going to see that I have all sides and colors and heights of foam adhesive handy, because I love it. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. So let's just move the stuff that we're going to need. So there's I'm pulling different heights, width, I don't even know what you call them, but different types of foam adhesive. So you're going to see some are thicker, some are super thick, some are thin, so that I can create different levels on this page. So I know already this one is going to sit like a little bit off there. So I'm going to give it very little height. Let's go ahead and cut a piece here. So once we get this, the background ready, then the rest is about embellishing and setting everything in place, and we're doing great on time. So it's gonna take you a little bit of prep ahead of time if you wanna, like, recreate this or an idea similar to this. Just make sure that you prep ahead of time. I did, and in the makings of this layout, I have to say it, I broke one of my die cutting machines. Don't ask how, don't ask which one. All I know is our anniversary is, our wedding anniversary happens in a month or so. And I called my husband and said, do you think we can buy this on Amazon? Because I already had flagged it. And he goes, okay, but maybe 20 minutes ahead of what I called them, I had sent them a little flag saying, oh, you know the shoes here, I want this for my anniversary. I love Dr. Martens, love Dr. Martens shoes. I have my own a few pairs. And I just saw these new pairs and I had sent him a picture and my husband's very nice. So he said, okay. So I said, can we get this in Amazon? Because I need it right away. And he said, okay, I'll buy it for you, but you buy yourself the shoes. So I was like, okay, but so we have a replacement die cutting machine coming tomorrow. Thank God. Don't ask what I did. I don't even know what I did. It won't turn. So like I said, I might have killed a die cutting machine on the making of this layout. And not because, nothing with the dies, it's just me. Because I am like that, So I'm just going to go ahead, and take all these little pieces here. I'm just going to peel it. So it's going to take me, like I said, the background is going to take us the longest. But you have to prep a little bit. So let's see. So I'm going to hide the edges. And you're going to see that this little bit of, one thing is, this little bit of foam adhesive does it does make a difference on the background. Okay, especially on these pieces. Kind of creates a little bit of a shadow, which it's going to make everything that you put on top of this pop. Okay, so sometimes adhesive, foam adhesive could be your friend. I know we always talk about this, some of you, there's some scrapbookers and there's some card makers too, it's completely up to you that prefer to have something more, I'm going to say kind of on the flat side, and that's not a bad thing, it's just your preference. You can literally work the same way. The fact that you added like the 2 frames and then you back it with the, with the lattice, it is going to create a little bit of dimension already in itself. I just want that extra pop in this layer because I think it's going to, work to our advantage. So I'm just kind of making sure that everything is sitting where I want it to. So I want this. I'm just trying to think of the shape. There we go. So this one's going to sit here. This one, because I have the photos, I'm not going to add that much foam adhesive on that kind of orangey and pink. Instead, I'm going to glue it straight onto my layout. So you see, I'm playing with levels too here. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this is also, remember this month, every month, Pink Fresh Studio has a challenge that you can win a $50 gift certificate to the shop if you choose to join in. And that means you create a project based on the challenge and then you link it onto the blog. And at the end of the month, you pick a winner and the winner gets a $50 gift certificate to the shop. So I'm just, working on this. The challenge this month is all about layers. So I thought, let's go with something, a little different idea on layers. This is what I'm creating. I'm layering circles here. I'm layering pattern paper, dies, die cuts. So kind of the idea here. This one, we're going to give a little bit of height. There you go. I'm trying to read what you guys are saying, but I can't. So I'm sure Heather is like, chatting away. I just chat by myself and think that you guys are listening to me going, wow, this lady can talk, So my husband just left to pick up our daughter because she finishes work at 2. And he was not working today. He just shook his head and left because he knows that I'm talking about him. So God bless the man. I've already talked the story about, I told you the story already, what my mother told them, don't give her flowers, buy her books, for Valentine's Day. So the poor man knows. Like I said, he just left. So I'm reading the comments here. Oh my God. I don't want to read the comments because then, like I said, I'm going to get so I'm just going, again, bring the photos every so often to make sure that, everything is in place. I want this right here. I'm working on that S looking one. Sure. Yep. So this one has to be right there. Again, this one's going to go flat. This one. So we're going to do this. Where did I put my double-sided tape? There we go. And I'm keeping the more neutral pieces around here because that's where my pictures are going to sit. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to bring this one over here. Let me double check. Yep, maybe a little bit lower. Still move this a bit. Sit here again. This one, because my picture is gonna sit there, is gonna sit flat on my layout. So let's get some glue. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, I did a lot of the work, killed my machine ahead of in the making of this. It's so good though. Get a brand new machine. You know, it's always good. You know, like I said, my husband just shook his head and walked away. So he heard me. Because I called him, I was like, Roger, that's his name, you know. I wasn't crying. I think I was crying. I don't know. I was like, I just broke my die cut. And he goes, what is that? I'm like, the machine that cranks and he goes, oh, what happened? I said, I don't know. I did something. I'm being honest. I said, I did something and it stuck and I go, and then of course, me being me, I pulled it apart, you know, of course, because, you know, I had the time to do that. I pulled it apart. And after that, my husband goes, what did you do? I'm like, I needed to die cut some pieces. He's like, you never pull up. And like, you know, I was like, well, I did. He's like, okay, don't worry. So there you go. That's my story for the day. So there you see. See, people are there. So let's keep working on this. And I'm taking my time to secure this because it does need to be secure before I move on to the next, you know, part of the layout. Usually I don't. I say, I'm going to do it outside of the camera. Not this time because, just let me see. So this one have to stick out a bit more this way and then this one here. Let me just double check. My pictures are going to sit right there. I'm just making sure that I kind of give it a little bit of movement towards this side. There we go. So I need to move this a little bit this way. And this one right there. This is gonna need some height. So I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm looking at the stuff here, seeing what needs to add some height and stuff like that. But we're getting there. So let's see. So let me hear. I'm gonna read the comments. You guys are commenting the fact that I'm going out with my daughter. I know. My little daughter. She's not even little. She's 20, but you know. And the first thing I said is like, are you sure you want to go with me? You want to go with, you know, with your boyfriend? And she goes, I don't think he likes theater. I was like, okay. I said, okay. Because if you want to, I said, you can buy a third ticket and I'll sit in between you two guys, like, you know, and the third. And she's like, you're funny. I said, you know, I will do that. Just like, you know, to go watch it. And she goes, I don't think Isaac would like that. I said, well, you know, that's the kid that brought me coffee when he came to meet me. So I don't know. He might like me. So and he came this weekend, like, you know, to meet my husband. And as soon as he came in, poor kid, I think, you know, he was already sweating bullets. I said, oh my God, you're here again. And he goes like, yeah, Mrs. D'Souza. I'm like, okay. I'm like, where's the coffee? And he goes, oh no, don't worry, honey. Just come in. Don't worry. We don't bite, you know? So I'm just reading here. Okay, so let me see this one here, and I think we're done with the background. So let's take a look. I'm giving myself some space for embellishing too. Okay, so we have this. Let's cut the accent. Flip the page. And go at it. Let's not push back. Let's flip the page. Cut the excess here. And if you want to, you can add the extra circles. We're going to see. We might need them. That's what I kept the negative pieces of the pattern paper when I cut the frames. I also kept those there. This one is a little bit thicker because remember, I have that piece of cardstock behind it. I kept them because I might need to, like, you know, thicken this area. So I kept some pieces. I'm going to show you just so you see what I'm talking about. So let's clean up as we go along. Okay. So let's print the pictures. Like I said, they're going to sit right here. I know my title's going to be here, so that's going to balance, you know, kind of center this. There you go. You kids. I call my kids little. Let me see. Yeah, my kids are little. They will always be little to me. And I like, and I think we talked about this like, a couple of weeks ago, or was it with you guys or was with somebody else that my son said, oh, I think I'm gonna move out. And I was like, oh, well, he's 22, yeah. And I'm like, okay, like, and like, as soon as I went to the washroom, like ugly crying. I was like, no, my baby. See, that's what I said. The circles that I kept, if you want to make this thicker, which we might want to, you can put them there. So, just so you see. And I was like, oh no, my baby, he wants to leave me. And, this ugly cry. My husband goes, what's going on? I'm like, Joshua said that he wants to leave me. And he goes, go look at him. You think your kid's gonna leave? He goes, he has food made. You have food, he has food made every day. He can sleep the night away. He doesn't have to pay bills. He doesn't he goes, eventually, Natalie, he goes, I don't think they want to live with you forever. But they have to go. I was like, no, tell them, and then my husband went into got really upset. But then again, I went to bed, all sad. And then next day, it was the weekend. 11 o'clock, my son was still in bed. And I was thinking, this kid is never leaving me because there's no way that, that he can survive sleeping until 11 o'clock. There's no way. So, my ugly crying was for nothing. But every time he says, I'm going to leave, I'm like, yeah, you're going to. Sure you are, honey. Sure you are. So my husband, my husband makes me look at it a different way. So I'm just looking for something to layer behind my photos. And I like the journaling bits for that. I think it's a nice way to add some, a pop of color behind it. And I love the fact that it has little sayings or have really interesting edges. So when you're layering pieces, you want to create, I think we've talked about this before, is you can layer straight pieces like paper over paper. That's fine. It creates a little bit more interest when you add, different material or when you add different edges, so, I always like, things like that. So I'm just thinking that, remember how I said I have no yellow here? I may want to add this yellow envelope here. So let's play with the idea. So nothing is, set on stone. I'm just going to play with the idea of the envelope here. Remember, I can still move that piece here. I can still move it. So if I want to, it's too much. It's too much. So one of the reasons why I pulled this is because I don't have this paper anymore. This paper, and I like that paper. It brings all the colors together. I ran out of that paper already. So I'm going to use that. At least because that paper I use for a class. So I know that I don't have it. So I'm going to use this as kind of the layer behind this. It brings all the colors together. So again, you don't, I'm not framing it. I just want some pieces of it to show. So I'm just setting this in place in a way that I might cut it in half. I don't know. I'm playing with some ideas here. So I like this. Okay. I like that. So that's what we're going to go for now. Let's see. Start playing with some ephemera. I don't want to cover the circle here. So that's what I said. I might move some of the circles too. So I'm already seeing that this circle here might need to be moved out. Even though it's glued, I can move it a little bit over here because I'm going to cover that spot with the pictures. Okay, so see, I'm just with stuff here. Just trying to exaggerate, work on the design. I might need to move this circle to the left a bit. So let's just do that while we talk. You see, I share a little bit of how my kids really love me. One wants to leave me. The other one already forbid me to, singing tonight. So that's how much my kids love me. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue my picture to this paper. Let's see. I knew that we're going to run out of this too, but I'm prepared. So some tape. There we go. Sure that is in place. There we go. Oh God, I knew it. That would, I always bring it to my live sessions, always on the side there where you guys can't see it, because you never know. So I'm gonna put my pictures. Let's see. The other way is better. Careful, Natalie, careful, you already screwed up. Okay, there we go. That was the way it was going. So just a little hint of the paper, some of the paper strips to show. And this one, just a little bit. So there we go. And overlap them. There we go. That's going to sit there. You don't see the boo-boo that I created behind it. So we're all fine. I'm just trying to read it. See? How can I can't read your comments, but I'll read them after. I always come back and read them after, because I think that, it's always fun to read. So I'm going to add some foam adhesive. This one is thicker that they want to use, here, because, we need something to make the pictures pop a little bit more. But before we do that, you see what this picture is moving here. No, don't move. Let's give it some chip. And I always do this. You don't have to, but I like doing it just to add a little bit of extra height and also to make it sturdier. So this is just chipboard. You can use the back of the paper pads. You just want something that is going to hold the paper a little bit better. This chipboard here is the one that whenever you buy stuff from online stores, and if you order paper, they usually add a layer of chipboard behind it to make sure, the paper doesn't, curl or stuff like that. I like to keep it, and I like to layer. Okay, and that's just going to make it's not as flimsy anymore. Okay, just a little tip there. Have a great day. Whoever's leaving us, have a great day. I'm planning on having a great night. So, out of Hamilton, me singing my, head away while my daughter just, rolling her eyes at me. So I'm just adding my foam adhesive here, where I know it's going to be hidden. So it's not going to be that pretty. And clean this up. See, I wish there was a big piece that would just take out like this in this thickness. If you guys know of a thick foam adhesive that comes in one piece that I can cut, let me know. Literally drop me in the comments there. No fun foam, not the one that you buy for the kids, but actual tape. Let me know, because I've been looking for something like that. So this is a little bit to the left, and that's okay. But let me get a ruler to make sure this is straight. Okay, so then press it straight. We're gonna add a little bit more over here where it's hanging. Oh my God, who's going to Hawaii? Heather, are you going to Hawaii again? I've seen Heather go to Hawaii. Was it last year? And again, she went again this year. And I'm good envy. And she went to Paris this year too. Wow. Yeah. And I had plans to go, away this year. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to see my family. And then, of course, something happened and I won't be able to. She pissed me off, but, c'est la vie. My plans got spoiled. So I don't know. We'll see what we do for vacation this year. My daughter was mentioning some place here in Canada that we haven't been to. So we might do that instead. So my pictures are in place. Of course, I'm going to need glasses. So let's take that paper and let's fussy cut a few of these glasses. So the ones my daughter got looks like this. And I want to get this one because it has all the colors. I fussy cut this one. This paper here is called glasses. And I know that quite a few people have used it. And, like I said, the only person that doesn't wear glasses in this house is the dog, but he has cataracts now, so he might need them too. I don't know, it's a possibility. So I'm just gonna fussy cut it, leaving a little bit of a white offset so it pops from the background. And there's a few of this in the pieces of ephemera too. I just want one that is a little bit on the bigger side. So I'm cutting one from the paper. So if I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating on, not screwing this up. But I hope we're doing fine. Oh, we're doing fine on time. Oh my God. And of course, we're going to bring some flowers to this too. We're going to create a title. So start telling me what to add as a title, because you guys know that that's my biggest struggle is titles. For some reason, I struggle so much with titles I don't know why. And I'm not the only one. So whenever I see those title ephemera packs, like the one in Spring Vibes, I'm like, yes. So I was thinking that I want to add this where I have, you see those flat spaces like this one here. That'll be like a great place to add my glass. So I need to probably add it right here or here. Okay, or I can add it right here too. But I like those. I'm gonna get another pair of glasses, something that has a little bit more of a pop. So I'm just looking at the shape. I kind of like, see, the ones her glasses look like, I don't want to go with pink. So maybe this is green, or maybe, no, the green, no, the yellow, the green. Go with the green here. But they look a lot like the one pair shape. Again, we're gonna fussy cut it. I'm actually cut a third one to make it, rule of threes to repeat it. So let's get another one that we like. Let's go with the coral. Once we have this, we're going to say bye-bye to this one. Okay, remember, everything repeats nicely in threes on a design project. So we're going to get the same idea, the same. So let's fussy cut them. Like I said, they are also in the ephemera, but I want them to be like a prominent element on my layout. So these are a little bit bigger. The green ones, yeah, they're going to pop. You see that I'm shying away from yellow for now? We're going to add it though. We're going to add yellow somewhere, please. So let's see. Just fussy cutting this up. Again, if you guys weren't here, I'll be using like an X-Acto knife and like hollowing those little pieces, but time constraint is gonna, not let me do that because I do want to finish the layout. But I'm sure I'm not the one that has OCD, the only one that is looking at it going, that's negative space that needs to disappear. Let's see. I have another set. So I'm thinking that maybe over here, just like in the little corner of the circle. I know that I need another one down here. So I might actually bring the green over here because I have no green over here. And I might bring the color one over here on top of the green and this one over here. So let's see, that's just the last one that we're going to fussy cut here. And then we're going to go into embellishing this. And help me out with the title. I'm being serious. Help me out with the title. See, I'm just cutting this away. Somebody said that they love the quality of the Pink Floyd Studio paper. So do I. If you use it as a background, it's great. It's thick enough to use the background. If you use it as pattern paper, it like has a nice weight of it. Doesn't like curl or like, it's not flimsy. Is that the way, So I love the quality of paper too. So not the only one. Let's see, we're almost there. And then, no, so, there we go. Like I said, this one over here, you see that's gonna pop there. And then we have a little bit of green here. We don't have any green down here to pop. And this one, like I said, we might put it here. So I already know my embellishments. Actually, you know what? Kind of like that. No. Let's see. Let's see if I do this instead. I add this one here. I like this one green here. No, I like it well there. Let's see. Looks better actually. Just, I don't want to go, because if I put this one here, it kind of gets lost. No, I like this one here. Let's see. No, I was right. Here and this one over here. So I have my little 3 spots of where I'm going to embellish this. Where am I? I'm located in Toronto, Canada. I have an accent because I'm from Ecuador, but I live in Toronto, Canada it's going to be 32 years this year since I've been here. So most of my life, haven't lost the accent yet. Don't ask me why. You know, and it has to do with the fact that we speak a lot of Spanish at home. My mother doesn't speak that much English, so I speak a lot of Spanish. We watch a lot of Spanish TV too. My kids understand Spanish. They do not speak it fluently. They chop it up. But then my husband is Portuguese. Like, he was born in Portugal, moved here when he was very little, but he speaks Portuguese to his father-in-law. He doesn't live with us, you know, so there's a lot of that influence of the language here. And one of the things we decided when the kids were little is that I was going to talk to them in Spanish as much as we could, so they will understand the language. So I think I've done that. Like I said, they understand it, they don't speak it. So envelop ephemera, we're going to start pulling pieces to embellish this. I have my flowers here, my ephemera. So I'm just going to bring this all together. So you're going to see, in case like you don't want a fussy cut, there is some vellum ephemera that has glasses in the vellum ephemera package, but they will get lost here. Okay, so that's why I fussy cut them. And like I said, I wanted something that was going to be a little bit bigger for my layout. So now it's going to be all about this. You are something magical. So I know that this is going to go with the green. We're going to kind of color block here. Okay, so I'm liking that. So I need something kind of, this makes me smile, because I want something really soft for this part. Okay, so we're just going to, you know, work on these little pieces here. I like that. And we need another one up here. So that's what we have to make sure we set this frame. Little surprises. And because I have all those colors, I'm just looking at what we have here. Let's see. Lovely. Do I want to cut that? You know what? This orange might work here. Like that. So there we go. More phrases from there, and I want them really soft. So, like, you know, doesn't take away from the background. So we get in there. Hello. What does it say here? Filled with sunshine. Oh, I like this. Like I said, I'm thinking that I need to add some stuff to this side here. I think my title probably will have to sit around here. We'll see. Let's keep working on this. Let's just clean up as we go along, because yeah, I know there's a chipboard flare that had glasses, but we used it. So going up here, see your sunshine, and I might add this here. Let me just see, make sure that it's not overkilled. Let me see the cardstock stickers before I do that. I have them here. Let's see, what are we gonna use from here? This happy day. Let's see. Do I want to use this here? No, it's too heavy. So yeah. So let's go ahead and start attaching this foam adhesive, because I want them to pop. So let's see. I know I want it right here. And this, your magical, I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to, I don't know if I want to glue it in place right there. Don't want to pop it a little bit, but it needs something here. So let's see what we can, maybe some flowers. Let's see. I'm just going through the flowers here. I'm trying to see what would look good there. And there's a lot of floral ephemera in here. There's an entire pack. Just maybe the pops of yellow that I need would be the time to add them here. Let me see what it looks like. That's too bad. I don't mind that. But I think this yellow is too much. So we need something a little bit smaller. Or something more, maybe I don't know any yellow. Let's see this. I don't mind that. I'm just auditioning a few of the flowers to see which one, like, fits nicely. I like this pink. See, I like that. So that's gonna stay. Let's add some foam adhesive behind it. So just here to the tip of the flower. Because I have all the space there. Yeah, let's see this here. I'm just thinking if I want to add this here or up there. I can add it up there too. So I like that better there. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue here. Yes, use some yellow. We'll see. I think I am. Okay, let's see. I'm missing out the comments. So thank God. Otherwise, there'd be no. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so now here. This one here, we're going to need something here. Like I said, elongate this. I like this. One of the things you have to keep in mind is that there is a lot of florals in this collection. It's called Flower Market, but there's different styles of florals. So this one here has like this look, and this one has more of like as an outline. I want to stay with this with the outline for this layout. So I'm thinking that I want to bring this here. And kind of like that. Yep. Just looking at there. So I'm just going to make sure that I like that. So let's go ahead and secure some of this. I want to cover all the background. So a little bit more here. And then this one is going to sit right here. So it's going to be careful when I attach it because there's different levels of height here. Take this piece out of the way. I want it to sit right there. Yeah, so I need some more foam adhesive on this side. Let's see. There we go. So I have this little title here. I don't know if I want to put it there now. So let's just see. This might come actually up here. See how things change? Yeah, I like that better because I think I'm going to add my title right here. So I don't need, I might add some stuff, more flowers down here. That's what I'm looking at. So let's see. Like I said, whoever asked me for a pop of yellow, I'm looking for that. So I'm just looking at it going, do I need something down here? Just looking at my flowers. Let me take a look here. See? For whoever asked me for a pop of yellow. There you go. Kind of coming up from the picture. No, it's too much. But it needs something here. So let's see, because I think my title is going to stay right there. Let's worry about this one for now. Secure this in place. Trying to read the comments. Okay, so this is going to sit right here. Trying to look at it. Yeah, it creates kind of my movement. Yes, let's see here. I don't know, yellow might not make an appearance on this layer. So, and that's by choice. I gotta admit it, that's by choice. So it's not that, I'm not listening to you guys. I'm just not seeing the yellow coming in this layer. I like this. I'm just thinking if I want to add it. Let's see, let's try this one over here. That one better, but I need some florals next to it. So let's see a flower or something to go here. And I don't want to overdo it. So I think that will do there. Kind of has the same style. There you go. There's a pop of yellow right there for whoever asked me for it. There you go. There's some yellow. Not much, but there's a little bit there. Enough for me. Again, it's not that I hate yellow. I don't enjoy it. It's not a color that suits me great either. But I don't know. I just find it that on this, I wanted to stay within like the softer colors. I like these little surprises here. Let's do one more turn before we, or this one, let's see. Either one works, but I'm kind of liking something that's a little bit more on the longer look here. So I'm kind of liking this. And I do like the fact that if I attach it right to the circle right there. So to do that, and it's gonna sit on the air. Let me go get something, I'll show you. I'm actually going to use a glue dot. So, because I need to add some, I know they come in different widths, like thickness. Because I don't have it, I'm just gonna roll it here and put it right here just to create that height. There we go. So we have it. So I need to add a title, a few more embellishments, and I am done. Like, really. See, I like this happy day here. Yeah, I like the happy day. I think my title needs to sit right here. So I'm just thinking about it right now before, you know, we say goodbye. But I know, oh, I think this will take it easy. I don't know. Not loving it, but not hating it. Because it's the first time she actually got glasses. You know what? We're gonna put that from there. It might change. Okay, I'm gonna say that it might change, but I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna change. I like the fact that it has that color that it matches this. So I don't think it's gonna change. I think that's gonna be the title. Okay. But it needs a few more details. So here we go. Okay, let's put that there. I like that. I like this. I like that. Here. See, what else do we have here? See, I have this little part here. Here we go. Right. And there's one that says happy. So I'm going to actually add it right here. Circle, circle, circle. We need another circle, another pop of yellow for whoever asked me for it. There we go. Yellow, 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 circle, circle. And then the last thing I'm going to add is enamel dots, which have disappeared on my magical table. Here we go. Lines of journal will go right here. So let's go at it. Pops of yellow. Pops of yellow. Pops of yellow. Pops of yellow. Pops of blue. Pops of blue. And a little pop of blue over here. It's coral. Little bit, I'm not gonna add coral there because I have it. So instead I'm gonna go with a little bit of green. And then I'm gonna add some here. So let's go with a little bit of green. And maybe this soft pink. There we go. Like we're pretty much done. There we go. So let's just move the stuff so you guys can see it. Let's clean it up. There we go. Don't mind all the papers that are left on the side. So here we go. Not bad. Like I said, it's going to take a little bit of work ahead of time. And we have a winner, Melissa Horn. I can see your name. Yes. Melissa, congratulations. You win a $15 gift certificate to the shop. Email Leah at pinkfreshstudio.com. Give her a few days and you can award it. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to let you today one more time before we say our goodbyes. I like it. I like the fact that, the glasses are popping, that there's a lot of pattern paper. You know what? I might need like something here. Maybe an extra enamel dots. I think it's a few enamel dots down there just to fill up the spot, but it works. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's see, I'm gonna flip the camera. Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. As always, remember next week, Kathleen will be with you guys on Thursday to create a new project featuring one of the newest collections. And as always, let us know if if there's any question you have about the project, or if you want to see something. We're open to suggestions. Trust me, we're open to suggestions. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Heather, for being the chatty one. And as always, I will see you soon, guys. Take care.